Does anybody have any questions about the manual? I would like to familiarize you with it a little bit. Quiet crowd. I'm going to need a volunteer to help me. It's okay. One of the points of today is that you will fail. Luckily, I'm the one that dies with the bomb, not you. I need your help. Save me. So, my goals today. Where do you find the manual? Somebody repost it in the chat, please. Thank you, Stacy. Please do ask questions. We want you to learn stuff today. This is going to be super exciting because I just tried it yesterday with my team and we loved it. So my goals today, we're going to learn about attention to detail. Like for real, you got to pay attention. And even in a high stress situation, as you get that bomb manual, remember instructions are sequential. Don't skip. You're going to learn effective communication. You're going to want to say something and they're not going to understand, or I'm not going to understand. And you're going to have to clarify and you're going to have to find very clear ways to communicate in a relatively time sensitive environment. Words matter. The words you choose matter. Remember that. And when you just listen for it as we play, we're going to play this game. And you, as an observer, are going to notice, ooh, they probably should have said that word different. Pay attention to that. Take notes. I want to do after action reviews, okay? So we're going to play around and we're going to chat about it. What went wrong? What went right? What could we do better? And that's how you develop after action reviews and standard operating procedures. This is a fun exercise in running a business and working with others in a business setting. It really is. And so my number one goal after all those other things have been said, my actual number one goal is have fun learning, and we absolutely can do that. So today is one giant exercise. If you just joined, somebody throw it in the chat. Let's grab that bomb manual. And get a copy. And get a pen and paper and maybe a highlighter and maybe print the manual out. I'm already loving this. Need help with that. Love it, Melissa. Okay. Who wants to join me and help me defuse a bomb? I would recommend pencil. Yeah, but people joining late don't get all the best advice. You join early and on time, you get the best advice. We got no volunteers. Nobody wants to save me from a bomb. Yes, it's hard, but it's really fun. Yeah, cut the red wire. Same sort of stuff. We will have to be cutting the red wire. Nobody? Pretty easy to end this one. You don't have to know a whole lot. You just got to use your manual. Put it in the chat, unmute yourself, let me know who's going to help me out. I promise. It's not too bad. I'm asking for someone to help me defuse a bomb. It's a game. You'll have a manual with instructions, and you'll have to coach me through what wires to clip or not clip, buttons to push or not push. Anybody willing to help me out? It will be rewarding. Communication skills, and we will laugh together, and I will explode a few times. We have a lot of concerned faces. What's going on? How do I get you guys to engage? I can't train you if you're not going to engage today.
So So, do you want somebody just to read the manual? Is it a walk along? Do we have to have the camera on and read and watch you at the same time? Like,
You can just
what's
talk.
the
That's a good question.
assignment?
Thank you. That's actually kind of today's point. Getting clarification, getting clear communications. Uh, so right on point. Thank you. You're going to have a manual. I'm going to have a bomb in front of me. The person who participates with me should not see my screen. That would be cheating. Okay. But I want everybody else to follow along and observe and look for things where I see a bomb in front of me. The person with the manual does not see the bomb. The person with the manual sees the manual. Okay, so I'm going to explain what I see. You're going to look for it in the manual and tell me how to turn it off. That's the plan. That's how the game goes. It's wildly fun. I played it with my wife. We play it at big group parties and watch the two people on stage do it. You can actually even have a team of people helping with the manual to defuse the bomb for the person with the bomb. I'm going to put the bomb on screen for everybody else. The person who's helping me with the manual has to promise not to look at the screen or to minimize zoom and only talk, only audio. So we don't need to see your face. We don't need to see anything else. You just need a copy of the manual, either digital or print, which is free. Grace is helping me post in the chat. And I'm going to have a bomb that looks like this and has all these modules up here and a timer. Each exercise is about 5 minutes. We have 5 minutes to save me or let me die. And then we're going to do an after action review.
I can.
Okay, got it. So the manual I see is 23 pages. So we have like one of one, two of two,
Yep.
two of three. So you're going to defuse the bomb. I do have it up here on my screen. So for anybody that's also listening, so are you saying that you're going to disarm it and we are to look through the manual and decide what part of the manual we're going to utilize to help you fix a certain area, or you're going to give us a section in the modules? Because I see it's in modules.
I love it. Another good question. I'm going to describe, it's going to randomly generate a bomb in front of me. I know that the first exercise is only going to use the first 3 modules, okay? But it's going to
Okay.
generate a bomb with different color wires, different number of wires, different color buttons, and all the different things. And we have to work together to interpret what's going on and what to do to turn it off.
Okay, I'll give it a try. Obviously I haven't read the manual, but I do have it in front of me. If you know, we're going to use the first 3 modules. Let's see here. So it's section 1. We
Yep.
got 3 wires, 4 wires, 5 wires, 6
Yep.
wires. Okay, so if we're working together as a team, but it's
Yep.
not fair because you know what's going on.
I have done this game a lot of times. As a game facilitator, I know how to play dumb.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we'll work through it. I just ran it yesterday as a test run with my team on my TC team. So I'm going to
Okay.
start the game.
Okay.
And
That's
I'm going
it.
to shrink my video down. You don't have to look away yet, okay? But you're going to have to make sure that you minimize and promise everybody that you've minimized the game.
No,
So,
yeah, no, I'm not. I'm looking at an entirely different system. I downloaded it on my computer and then I have this on voice. So I'm paying attention to the manual. Now I'm
okay.
not able to see all 23 pages in front of me, so I hope that's okay. I can only see one page at a time.
Oh,
So
that's
I'm gonna
that's
okay.
ideal actually.
Oh, perfect. Okay, well then
All right.
all right, so let me just put this on voice. I'm not looking at this, I'm looking at my computer. I'm on page 1, bomb
Yep.
manual. So let's go.
Now I'm sharing my computer audio. You guys should hear music. Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay. So that's for you to hear the timer beeping and the intensity of the music. Okay. Get ready to be,
Okay.
this is going to be a little intense, ideally. We're going to do the first bomb, and it's got 3
Okay.
modules. Okay. And you don't know what you don't know. Okay.
Okay.
It's okay to fail. We will fail. It's regular. But the benefit of the game is that we learn to work together. We learn which words matter to us and how to communicate with one another. I don't think I've ever spoken with you, Jen. Have we?
Yeah, I don't think so. No, maybe once before, but
Okay.
never this in detail.
Okay. So this is going to be an excellent opportunity to demonstrate building communication skills and team building and things like that early on.
Great.
All right. So you're not looking at the screen anymore?
No,
Okay.
I'm looking at section 1 module.
Okay. All right, everybody, we're going to start a 5-minute timer. You in the audience, take notes. What do we do well? What do we suck at? What could we have done to save me if I die?
Oh gosh, I apologize up front if you blow up, buddy.
That's all
Okay,
right.
it's all
We got
good.
5 minutes counting down. I got a module with wires. Tell me what to do.
Okay. So let's see. On the subject of wires, are there 3 wires, 4 wires, 5 wires? How many wires are you
1,
looking
2,
at?
3, 4, 5, 6 wires. There's
Okay,
2
great.
whites,
All right.
2 yellows,
Okay, so if
a
we
red
have
one.
6 wires, okay, so if there are no yellow wires and the
There,
last digit of the
there's 2
serial
wires.
number,
There's 2 yellow wires.
there are 2. Okay, all right. So let's see. So if you have exactly 1 yellow wire, so you have 2. If there are no red wires, okay. So
I do have a red.
it says otherwise. You do have a red. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So then, yeah, that's not the best plan on that part. Okay. So
Don't kill me.
you're gone, buddy. I'm my bad. But all right. So if there is there more than 1 red wire?
There's only 1 red wire.
Okay. So if there is more than 1 red wire and the last digit of the serial number is odd, can you cut that last red wire?
There's only 1. Did you say more than 1?
If there's only yeah, no, that's more than 1. Let's see. You said there's 1 red wire here. Okay, yeah.
Yes, you guys in the chat, you should be like trying to just blow up the chat, not me. Blow up the chat with more questions and thoughts and observations. Go ahead.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right,
there's 6 wires. 1 of them is red. There's more than 1 yellow.
Okay. All right. So if they're okay, so can you cut the 4th wire?
1, 2, 3, 4. It's yellow. Does it matter?
Okay. If there's more than 1 yellow wire, cut the last wire.
The black one at the bottom? The black one's my last wire. The bottom.
Well, okay, cut the 2nd wire.
The 2nd wire is red. From the top?
Okay, well, I can't see what you're doing, so
I know. The 2nd wire total or the 4th wire total or the last wire? I'm trying not to.
Okay, so let's do this. So let's do this. So let hear me out. We're gonna get through this. All right. So
save me.
Go to the cut the 2nd wire from the last one. What color is it?
2nd from the last means count up from the bottom, and I have a yellow wire.
Don't cut the yellow wire. As long as it's not yellow, cut the other one.
Which one?
I hope we're not laughing when we're both about to die here.
You're far away. I'm the only one that's gonna die.
Okay, cool. Well, then just pick one. All right, so yeah, just cut the last wire at this point.
Okay.
To the last wire.
Nah, you said last and then 2nd to last. The 2nd to last is yellow. The last is black.
The black one.
Okay. No. All right, we didn't blow up, but that was the wrong wire.
Okay, so you're gonna be okay. All right, so
maybe not. The timer's counting faster now.
All right, so let's. Oh God. Okay, so how many wires do you have now? 5.
I have 5 left.
I'm just gonna read what I see in my manual, Caleb. Okay, let's get you to survive. It says if the last wire is black and the last digital of the serial number is odd, cut the 4th wire.
Okay, the serial number on the bomb is not odd. It's even. It ends with 8.
Okay. Otherwise, if there's exactly 1 red wire and there's more than 1 yellow, cut the
true.
1st wire.
No. Ah.
Okay. Otherwise, if there's no black wires, cut the 2nd wire.
There was a black wire.
That's the one you cut?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I need you to cut the 1st wire.
I already cut the 1st wire.
Cut the 2nd one then.
You killed me.
It's all right. I still got love for you, man.
Well,
that was fun. Hey,
you killed me. Hey, that was great. Okay, so put it back on screen, or bring up the video feed, and then we can talk about it. I'm gonna try to mute this app.
All right.
Mixer. If I mute the app, it should also mute it for you guys, so we don't have to listen to this the whole time. Where'd it go? There. Did the music stop?
Hear it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You guys, let's blow up the chat instead of me. What could we have done better? And if you want to raise your hand and talk with us, please do. And let's talk about what we could have done better. What can we learn? Again, it's a communication exercise. It should be fun. It's a somewhat high stress but low damage way to get things done. Who has some observations for us? January.
I know that while I was looking at the page with the wires, I was getting mixed up between 5 wires and 6 wires. And I think she was too, because she would read a line from the 5 wires box. And I was like, oh, wait, no, that's on the 5 wires box, not the 6 wires instructions. So I think maybe she might have gone back and forth with the 6 wires and 5 wires instructions.
Luke says in all caps, we cut every wire but the right one. Luke,
Right.
you got your video on. I could see you doing this during the game. Yeah. And then so listen, I have to play dumb a little bit because I've played the game and I know the manual. So I just have to follow instructions. But we were going back and forth between last wire, second to last wire. Wait, no, that's a black one. Yes, cut the black one. No, but no yellow ones. So
what do you think? Since you actually knew the answer to everything, were you
No,
in your head, you just like laughing away, like, oh my God, I'm totally gonna die?
I knew that pretty early. Not just because
Wow.
no, because we could have got through the wires. Listen, we could have got through the wires, but we were 3 minutes in to a 5-minute game, and we had 2 more modules that we had to figure out together.
Got it. Well, that was so fun though. It makes you think that under pressure, what it's like when you know that you're against a time clock, but
Yes.
we still were at least communicating.
Yep.
I was still trying to talk to you about it, even though it wasn't exactly right, but it does show you that, okay, I need to concentrate here. But talking to the other person is also key at getting it done, because if you have one person shut down, then it's just over at that point. So that was so fun. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's we should have been in a 6-wire module, and basically the rules in the manual. Who doesn't have the manual? Put the link in the chat for everybody. The Manuel is our friend. And I tell you what, you guys, by the time we get to the 3rd or 4th module in here, you're going to need a pencil to keep track of some stuff. Darren, what observations have you got?
Yeah, I think understanding what you were seeing is a good part of it.
Yep.
So that we could say, Kayla, what do you see? You could say, I see wires going horizontally up and down. We would respond back, the count on the very top of the instruction say, count
okay, so you guys, Darren is getting into
bottom.
SOPs. Listen, Darren's getting into SOPs, standard operating procedures. He's like, look, what can we do better next time? I want you to communicate this thing. I want to ask you a question. You give me the exact answer. And I've gone through this, right? If you're going to get good at this game, this exercise, it turns into things like, stop talking. Only tell me what I want to hear. Or you'll die. Continue. Go ahead. Continue, Darren.
Yeah. So I think, if you had an idea we had an idea of what you were seeing, and then we could give instructions of how to count, right? Because if you go through the 6 wires, it says cut the 4th wire, right? If you were to pretty much start from line 1, which said, if there are no yellow wires, which you already said, there's 2.
Yeah.
So I'd say you can move to the next. If there's exactly 1 yellow, and we know there was 2, so you would skip to the next one. And then the next one says...
They're very sequential. This rule book is very sequential, and you can't skip steps.
Exactly. And I think if we had just kind of process of elimination of each line, you would have gotten down to the 4th line. It says, cut the 4th wire, which would have been...
And she told me, she did... Jen, you did tell me cut the 4th wire at one point, and I said...
Yeah.
It's what color was it? Red or
you didn't know which one the 4th was?
It threw me off because I went straight to the 6 wires. That was my first thing. When you said I have X amount of wires, I went there first, but then
That's
you were
correct.
saying things that threw me off when I got to that point to say, okay, well then cut the fourth wire, and then you were like, well, which one? And then I said another one, and then it was, oh, from the last to the left, and then I'm like, okay, well, do I go down to 5? And then when I asked, was there a certain amount of wires or colors? You then said, and then it didn't fit in the 6 wires anymore because you either
Yeah.
had too many yellow or one or the other. But it goes to show you with just like critical thinking with steps and everything, and
Yep.
how when you can't see a visual, how difficult that is because you're trying to read something and somebody else's life is in your hands. I'm just like, oh my God. So
Yep.
that's so cool.
Wow. In the chat, good comments. Jason Jodway maybe took a screenshot or maybe wrote it down. He's got white, red, white, yellow, yellow, black. There may also be blue, by the way. So you're going to put like going to want to put BLU or BLA or whatever, BK, whatever you want to do. Lawrence also has good observation. The manual says, and Jen, you were under stress, so you didn't have time to read the whole manual, which is the point. It says wire ordering begins with the first on the top. Yep, reading all the words here is going to be really important. So I did throw you in over your head. That was on purpose, and we failed forward. We've learned some things. I would love to redeem ourselves. Jen, you up for another one?
Well, I only have the first 5 pages of the manual here. So is that still what I'd be using on this one?
You'd have the wires, you'd have a big button, and then you'd have a bunch of symbols, like Greek-looking symbols. The first 3 modules.
Let me see here. Now, see, I didn't even go down that far. I was on page 5, like the whole time.
Yeah. So then pages
So
6 and 7 would be the next 2 modules.
let's see here.
And you can use the digital version instead of printing it if you want.
Got it. Yeah, no, I have it up on another computer. So it only shows me like 1 page at a time. If I'm still able to do it, it's going to
Yeah.
work that way. Okay.
That's fine. You only need 1 page at a time right now for our exercises. Okay. So let's do it. I'm going to turn the sound back on.
Okay.
And then I'm going to ask you to make sure you're not looking at my screen. Again, everybody in the audience can cheat because they see the manual and the bomb. I do not have the manual pulled up. All right, here we go. You're not looking at my screen?
I am not looking at your screen.
Wonderful. Okay, keep notes, everybody. I have 5 minutes on a timer. I'm alone in a room with a bomb. Help me not die. I got wires. Oh, 6 wires again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep.
Okay, great. You have 6 wires. All right, so I'm going to read through the instructions on the 6 wires. If there are no yellow wires,
there are yellow.
There are yellow. Okay, so if there's exactly 1 yellow wire and there is more than 1 white wire, cut the 4th wire.
There were 3 yellow wires.
Okay, if there are no red wires, cut the last wire.
There is. There's a red wire.
Okay, so then now otherwise cut the 4th wire.
Okay, from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, green light. We passed that module. Okay. Wonderful.
All right. So
the next page.
Let's go next. Next page. All right. So
I have a giant button. It's blue and it says press.
Okay. So all right. So let's not press that right now. Okay. So if the button is blue and the button says abort,
it doesn't.
Hold the button. Okay. So if there's more than 1 battery on the bomb and the button says detonate, press the immediately.
The button says press.
What does the button say?
Press.
The button does say press. Okay, so all right. God, let's see here. On top of the button, it says press.
Yeah, like if you use your palm to push on the button, it's a giant word that says press.
All right, so let me just read down. If the button is white and there is a lit indicator with a label that says CAR, hold the button and refer to the releasing held button. If there are more than 2 batteries on the bomb, there is a lit indicator with the label FRK. Let's see here.
Nope.
If the button is okay.
None of that.
What color is the stripe on the button? Blue?
there's the button doesn't have, next to the button is like a black vertical bar.
A black vertical bar. Okay, so it says releasing a held button. Do you think we're that far down to be doing that? Because on the instructions, I don't see anywhere where it says to press, what to do when it says press.
I know the color and I know it says press.
Okay, well, all right. So if you start holding the button down, a color strip will light up on the right side of the module. Based on its color, you must release the button at a specific point in time.
Okay. So, do you want me to hold the button down?
What color is the button again? Blue?
Blue.
White or yellow?
Blue.
Okay, so for blue, it says release when the countdown timer has a 4 in any position.
So you want me to press and hold the button down and then release it on a 4?
Actually, I'm sorry, let me back up. If none of the above apply, hold the button and refer to releasing a held button.
Okay. Do you want me to hold the button down or no?
I want you to hold the button down.
Okay.
And when you release, yeah.
Okay. I have a blue. The strip on the right is blinking blue. Or maybe orbing.
So here we go. Listen to me, Caleb. If you start holding the button down, a colored strip will light up on the right side of the module.
Yeah, it's blue.
Based on that color, it's blue. All right. So, okay. So here we go. Listen up. Release when the countdown timer has a 4 in any position.
Okay. 1 minute, 17, 16, 15, 14. Aha, green light.
Green light. Okay.
Good job. Right. The next one. I've got a bunch of symbols.
Okay, symbols. All right. What kind of symbol? Okay.
Do you want me to read you the symbols or do you want to read the instructions? Less than a minute.
Read the instructions, and while you're looking at that, only one column below has all 4 of the symbols from the keypad. Press the 4 buttons in order. Their symbols appear from the top to bottom within that column. All right. So what are we looking at here? Are they shapes?
No, they look like a bunch of Greek symbols and stuff. Like there's a really squished 6. Squished looking 6. There's a backwards capital E that's curved. It's almost like a C backwards with a dash in the middle and 2 dots over it.
Okay, so only one column is going to have all 4 symbols from the keypad.
I don't have a well, I might have 2 columns here, but I've got a grid of 4, like Foursquare.
Okay, so all right. Do you have one that has an N? Like looks like an N?
Yeah, it's like an H kind of backwards in.
All right, so that's going to be one of the buttons. So it says press the 4 buttons in the order their symbols appear.
Time's running out.
Oh. All right, but we did better.
Yes. Yes, we did. That was way better. Way more better. January says, wow, that's tough. That was good stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I like it. Oh my gosh. But it when you, because I honestly, I've never done anything like this in my life. Number one. I mean, I don't think when you're looking at it, but if you remain calm, the first time I was under pressure because I only got to see the wire page. I honestly didn't look past that page 5. But knowing that, okay, these are sequential, we need to follow this. Somebody already wrote this SOP prior. So why not believe in what's here instead of just creating and looking over? So the more I focused, and I said, all right, let me just focus and read. I was stumped on the part of the blue button part. When you said there wasn't a button or something like, the press part. Remember that part when you said to press? That part. So I had scanned the 1 through 7 looking for the word press quickly. I was like, okay, press, detonate, press. Oh gosh, let me go down, let me go. And then I was like, well, wait, if I would have followed, because I thought it was going to take too much time to read steps 3 through 6. And then I went back up. I said, well, if none of those apply, hold the button. But it goes to show you following the steps in the proper order will get you where you need to go.
Yeah, we get frantic and we're like, I know one detail, and can I skip and find where that detail is in the order? But you know, if the word said detonate and the color didn't match, but you were looking for the word detonate, find any instruction with detonate, that's what you're focused on. You get the little horse blinders on. You're focused on the one thing that you need to, that one piece of information, rather than gathering enough information before you take action. January says I was yelling at the screen like I was watching a horror movie.
Oh man, thank you though. I know this was really, really fun and eye-opening. I think this was an outstanding exercise with massive value to say, hey, listen, with these SOPs, it makes a lot of sense because we want to skip to what we, not that I want to take shortcuts by any means, but when
Mm.
you're under pressure in this type of situation, you're just trying to save, like, okay, I can get through it. But going every little line by line, it's a substantial
It
difference. So
and it
this was
seems
so much
tedious. It seems
fun.
like it's going to waste time in the face of
Yes.
a timer,
Yes.
but the process is the way going through it line by line feels slow. But there's a thing that the operators say, military especially, slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
There
And
you go.
this
Yeah.
game is a perfect illustration of that. Slow yourself down, understand the module, follow the instructions line by line, just rule the stuff out. I can tell you on
Yes.
this end of the of the phone line, you reading instructions off to me doesn't help.
Got it.
It adds
Okay.
confusion to me. You're giving me a bunch of extra information that I don't have the full context to interpret, right? Because you're reading off a line to me or part of a line out of the context of the manual, and I don't see the order of things. So I'm super confused. I'm like, wait, the fourth wire or not? Because you said if this, then the fourth wire, but then you told me not the fourth wire, and now I'm super confused. And so now you're causing me to give you feedback, which confuses you further.
And that's a skill, though. That is a skill because for me, I'm thinking, I'm reading out loud to myself, like, okay, if none of
Yep.
the above apply, because that's how I'm visual. When I can read and I say it back, I can understand better.
Yep.
But then I didn't think of that part of, okay, well, he's actually listening. And that's a skill to work on because you don't think that the other person is. I didn't think you were paying attention, but it can cause confusion because I'm reading it for
I'm
me.
about to
Like, okay,
die.
if
I'm
none of the
clinging to
above
every
apply.
word you got, baby.
Right. But hey, listen, look, I got you through half your life. Okay.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
listen,
We improved. I appreciate it.
but
And I super appreciate you being the first one to go. That's huge.
thank you. I
Everybody
do
else,
it again. So much fun.
yeah, everybody else got to cheat by
Yeah.
watching both sides.
Look, Grace in the chat, she said half life. That's right, girl. Listen, I'll get you halfway there. No, I'm just playing. But hey, listen, let's go. Let's go.
I love it. So do you want to do it again and add somebody to your team, or do you want to pass the baton? Or I don't know, go again solo.
Well, we got what, 39 people in here. Well,
Yep.
somebody else come on, step up. Step up
Okay.
and let's go, let's go. Or somebody can join my team.
Yeah.
Or somebody can try themselves because you guys had a little cheat sheet a little bit, so I'm expecting outstanding results here because you've
That
read this,
same. January's on board. Let's have January do it.
Let's go, January. Let's go.
Okay.
You got the manual. You understand the game.
I got the manual.
Do you want to set any
go.
ground rules with me before we start?
I think I would appreciate a countdown at every minute
Okay.
point.
Yep.
So yeah, that would help.
The music's a little vague in how to tell how fast it's going.
Right.
You can tell it's getting more
Right.
intense, but how intense?
Exactly.
But I could
Okay.
also, just for context, I could tell that telling Jen that 20 seconds was left when we were just starting the symbols was not going to help.
No, I know. Yeah.
Right.
And
I'm
I
like,
thought to myself, I was like, man, I wouldn't want to know 20 seconds
Yeah.
because that's a
I
big
know you
one.
wouldn't want to
That's
know
a
because
hard one.
all it's going to do is like, 20 seconds. Now what?
My brain would freeze.
yeah, because I spent 20 seconds thinking, wow, he's about to die, man. It's all right, though.
It was nice knowing you, Caleb. Since I don't have
Right.
enough time.
I'll see you in sub 2 heaven.
Love you. Bye. Okay. All right. I'm going to turn the volume on. We're going to do the same bomb. Well, it's going to generate new wires. It may be 4 wires instead of 6. But are you ready?
All right. Yep.
And you're not looking at my screen?
Your screen is minimized. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Stuff open. Okay.
Let's do it. You guys hear the sound, right? The music? Do we hear the music? Did you mute?
I hear the music.
Okay. All right. I got wires.
How many wires do you have?
We have 6 wires again.
6 wires. Are there any yellow wires?
There's one yellow wire.
Okay, if there is exactly one yellow wire, are there any white wires?
There's one.
Okay, are there any red wires?
There are two.
Okay, so cut the fourth wire.
1, 2, 3, 4. Green light.
Fourth down. Awesome.
All right, let's go to the
Okay.
button. I have a button, a giant red button that says abort.
A red button that says abort. Well, actually, go ahead and hold the button and tell me what color stripe is on the side.
Okay, I'm going to hold it down. And I have a red strip on the right.
When that countdown has a 1 in any position, let it go.
Okay, 3:55, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green light. Wow. Lucky. Was that like the first instruction?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we're at 3 minutes and
right.
40 seconds, and I've got symbols. Okay, you ready?
Awesome.
Can we read them off to you?
Please do.
Okay, I've got the copyright symbol. It's a circle around the
Okay.
C. I've got
Yes.
this like squishy butt looking thing with a comma and an eyebrow
Got it.
above it. Okay.
Got it.
I've got
Yeah.
like a CQ. They're like a curly
Okay.
Q sort of thing.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And then I have like a capital I in between two things facing away from each other that look like
It looks
backward,
like
back-to-back
capital
Ks.
back
Yeah,
to
back-to-back Ks.
Okay. Okay. So, press the copyright symbol.
Okay.
Press the squishy butt.
Squishy butt.
Press the CQ.
CQ? I think I call it curly Q.
The curly Q.
Yeah, and then the
And then the
back-to-back.
back-to-back Ks. Press that one last.
Did it. Standing on the shoulders of giants, I tell you. Jen, you paved the way.
Yes, Jen absolutely did. Because like I said, I got to cheat, like Jen said.
Yep.
So I saw how the letters were on the bomb, but I would have had that in my years and years of, bomb disposal training before anyway. So.
Oh, so you're the one with the cheat code.
Kidding.
Savage.
I'm mute myself now.
No, we got to talk. What okay, so what caused that to go smoother? Bomb squad on deck. Okay.
So I got to watch from both sides.
Yes.
That really helped
Yep.
understand both sides of the equation.
Yep. So now you have to be the one that goes to the next module that you haven't seen yet.
Yeah. Okay. Oh boy.
Okay, so what else in the chat? What else made that successful? The fact that we set a little bit of ground rules early on. We made an upfront agreement. Okay, Sandler training, the how to teach a kid to ride a bike at a seminar. You set from the beginning. You set your rules. When I go into, so I host consults. People pay me $450 an hour for a consult as a creative underwriter, creative closer, strategizer, and things like that. When I get into a meeting, a 30-minute meeting, a 1-hour meeting, whatever, even a 15-minute meeting that's free, I start the meeting with, hey, let's start with the end in mind. What would you like to accomplish? What does success look like at the end of this conversation? Are you looking to do business? Are you looking for some answers? Do you have are you looking for a specific strategy that you can pursue on an active deal? What do we want to see at the end of this? And we work backwards from there. What is your desired outcome? Thank you, Grace. And because I've told you this before in TC training, we are outcomes oriented. We want to know what needs to happen, and we work backwards from there. It's not just a checklist, right? That's the thing I hate about TC checklists is that they're process oriented, and we are not process oriented. We need processes, but we need critical thinkers that are outcomes oriented. And you build a process, you take the most of the standard process and you modify it as needed to achieve the intended outcomes. So we set an upfront contract about, I'm going to give you a feedback about every minute that we hit so that you know how much time is left. What else?
All right.
I noticed you were very methodical and you didn't overload me with information.
Yeah. Because I'd read the manual beforehand.
Yep.
So I was familiar with the background rules already.
Jen was in the thick of it. You already had a couple of training sessions to watch by the time you got into it. So these modules were relatively straightforward for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments? Anybody? All right. Let's do the next mission. You're not looking at my screen?
Okay, I just minimized you.
Okay. For those wondering, this is called Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Oh, you should have the manual. That's what. Okay. All right. Something old, something new. That's the name of this mission.
All right.
5 minutes, 3 modules, 3 strikes. So if I click the wrong thing, the third time I do it, I die. Okay.
All right.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't read the next module very well, so.
Yeehaw. All right. I have a bomb. I've got wires, and I've
How many
got the
wires?
symbols. Okay, the wires. I have
Okay.
3 wires.
Perfect. 3 wires. Are there any red wires?
Yes, there are 2.
Okay. Is the last wire white?
No.
Are there any blue wires?
Yes, there's 1.
Okay, cut the last wire.
Okay. Also, I'm going to die because I see the last module.
Uh,
I already know.
All right.
Okay, the symbols. I have this
The
thing
symbols.
that looks like a lollipop with a super stubby stick.
Yes, got it.
Okay, and then do you know what the lambda symbol is? The Greek symbol?
Uh,
It's like an A without the crossbar.
yeah, I'm looking for it. Lambda.
What else? Help me in the chat, you guys. What else would you describe that as? It's like an A with no crossbar, but it also has a little.
It has a ponytail. On
Yeah,
the top of its
yeah,
head.
ponytail.
Okay, got it.
Got it. I like
Got
that. I got a backwards C with a square dot in the middle. Oh, somebody else said wishbone. Okay,
Right.
and then.
See
Whoa.
that one.
The other one is like a super cursive H with a little hook on the bottom right, a hook back.
Oh my. Yep. Okay. All right, I've got it. All right.
Okay.
Begin by pressing the big lollipop.
Lollipop. That's green.
All right. Press the lambda with a ponytail.
Okay.
Press the weird H with extra dancing partner legs.
Dancing partner legs. I like that. Okay. And then the C.
C with the backward C. Yes.
Okay. Excellent. All right. That's done. The next module. I'm going to tell you what it looks like. I have a grid. You ever play that game where you like draw lines and you draw one line at a time? Your goal is to draw boxes and you get points for every box you draw?
Yes.
Like the dot grid lines?
Yes.
Okay. It looks like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got 6 dots. It's a grid, 6 by 6, and it's got a white dot. 2 of the dots are circled, and then I've got a triangle that's spinning.
Okay. I am finding it.
It's one of those modules in your manual. You guys follow
Is it
along.
like a maze? Is it a maze? Yeah. Okay. So
It
looks
I don't.
like a
It doesn't
maze.
look like a maze to me. It looks like a bunch
Oh,
of. It's just a dot grid.
it's just a dot grid. No lines are drawn.
I don't have any lines. No, I have 2 circles.
Okay.
Two green circles around some of the dots. 2 of the
Okay.
dots. Sorry.
Okay. Let's. We're gonna find our maze to put together.
Okay. Oh, by the way, sorry, I haven't been telling you time. There's 2 minutes left.
Okay. We're gonna approach this as we read from left to right and top to bottom.
Okay.
So, on the top row, left to right, are any of the dots circled?
Yes. The second column at the top is circled. Sorry, not second.
Second
The
column
dot
left.
from the left.
Second dot from the left is circled. Does
Yes.
that translate to the same dot on the bottom row is also circled?
Yes. The second column is circled on the top and bottom.
All right. Then please trace the lines from the top dot right to 2 by 2 dots.
From the top dot that's circled?
The top dot that is circled, trace a line right 2 dots.
I
then-
can't. There's no tracing here. I can't. I can't click or interact with the grid. 1 minute.
Okay. Are there triangles on the side of the
Yes.
grid?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, they look like arrows.
Okay, press the right facing arrow 2 times.
Okay. 1, 2. Okay.
Down one.
Nope, I hit a wall.
Oh,
I see a wall now.
okay.
So
went
there's a
down
white
one?
dot. Okay, listen. No, it did not go down one. There's a white dot in the top of the third column. It looks like that's the piece that I'm moving. That's me in the maze
Oh, okay. So now you're in the third column
at the top. 20 seconds.
at the top. Go right one more.
Got it. Quick.
Now go down one.
Down. Got it.
Right one.
Got it.
Up one.
Got it.
Right one.
Got it. 2.42 seconds remaining.
Let's go.
Well done.
Oh man.
I don't even know what was happening there. And I thought we were going to die for sure.
Holy cow.
Stacy says I was holding my breath.
Me too.
Wow. You can still do closings. I love it. Good job.
Woo-hoo. All right.
Okay, let's do some lessons learned here.
Yeah.
And get SOPs. Who can help with SOPs on the maze thing? Because she said it looks like, does it look, we have a maze. And I'm like, doesn't look like a maze to me.
Okay. Yeah, my manual had a maze. And so that was like, okay, I've got dots that are circled and my manual has a maze. And you're like, no, there's no maze. So yeah, I, thankfully we were able to clear that one up.
Yeah, we got one strike, and the timer starts counting faster every strike you get, by the way. So our 20 seconds was more like 18 or something silly. It's crazy. Okay, so SOPs, identifying. I think you did really great by setting the terms of the columns from the top left down. We're going to count from the right, or count from the left to the right and from the top down. That was good.
Yeah.
I should have given her a better description of the box with the dots, Grace says. Grace, tell us. Unmute and tell us why. What could we have done?
Well, I don't know. I mean, she was looking for a maze, and in my head, I'm thinking of a maze, and all I see are dots.
That was me. That's what I saw.
Well, then tell her I don't see a maze.
I did.
I see dots. But I don't know. Try to be more descriptive. You want to stay alive. You're the one that's going to get blown up.
Oh, you know what we could do? I could have one of you be the person. I just have to be the hands. But you guys do all the communicating.
I'd say one assumption I went into this with, and it was a wrong assumption, was that, well, we're going to go through the modules in order.
Yep.
And so, okay, we did the wires, no problem. But then we skipped the button and went to the symbols, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, what they're just trying to move us along, I guess. So after that, in the manual, it's like the game of Simon. And I assumed like, oh yeah, we're going to play Simon. But then you say there's dots in a grid. I'm like, oh no. So I had to go all the way to page 15 in the manual. So that's like,
oh wow, that's pretty far in.
Module like 7 or 8 or something like that.
Okay.
And so I made an assumption that we were just going in order, whereas, then you threw me for a loop. It's like, that doesn't sound like Simon. Now I got to scramble with my pages.
And we tend to get more stressed when we come in with an assumption that gets turned on its head, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
So trying, like, maybe reducing the number of assumptions that we have and just being open-minded as we come into something, have an exploratory attitude, especially with transaction coordination on creative finance deals. When you talk to a title company, if you have expectations, you're about to be disappointed. You better come into that. And anybody who's worked with me or called title companies to do creative deals knows what I'm talking about. And if you come into that conversation with, hi, I would like to accomplish this, and all I'm focused on is my outcomes. You tell me how you like to do it. You will have a much smoother time compared to, I need to do this thing this way. Well, that doesn't fit I'm going to have to talk to my manager about that. So you're already adversarial. You're already like, I want to do it this way. And they're like, doesn't matter what you want to do. I got to follow policies. So then you avoid those conflicts if you are not making assumptions about how things have to get done. If you're thinking about the outcomes and working backwards from that, voila, you have a much smoother time. And people listen to me talk on the phone with title reps, and I don't get stressed because they have to follow rules. They're just an employee. They got to follow the rules. So instead of getting
That's true.
stuck on something, we just work through it.
One of my favorite title companies, that's what I ended up doing with them. I asked, I basically started with what I was looking to do. And then
Mhm.
they're like, oh no, I don't think we could do that. And then I went to the desired outcome. Like I didn't go away. I kept asking questions.
Right. Yeah. Well,
And
and then sometimes we have different names for the same thing. So if you use
exactly.
specific language, they're like, no, we can't do that. But if you talk about the
Yes.
outcome, and I've done that before, I'm like, I would like to do a wrap and a single closing. I don't think we can do that. Stuff like that. But then it turns out they can if you do it a certain way and they call it something different. Just like contract for deed or land contract or executory contract or agreement for sale or all these different things. I want to do a deal where sometimes we call it contract for deed, sometimes we call it land contract. But what happens is it's a form of seller finance where the buyer just makes payments to me, but I don't have to transfer the title. And I try not to talk about third parties. I just act like I'm the seller for the sake of easy conversation because that's just another variable that they don't need to process. Like when Jen was reading the instructions out loud and it was confusing me, when you talk about third parties and introduce all this, you just information dump to some hourly employee at a title company, and they have to process it to figure out whether or not they can do the thing you want to do. Is it any wonder that they just say, yeah, we can do that, and then they push it off to the next person up the stream who actually has to deal with the stuff, and then you find out on closing day or 2 days before, oh, we actually can't do that type of deal. Well, they said they could. I don't care. We're not doing that because you didn't get a chance to actually connect with the person and get clear understanding of what your intended outcomes were. I love this game, and I love that the analogies that come back to how we actually do business. Let's do another round. Who's up? I need 2 people this time. I'll be the clicker, I'll run the screen, but I need somebody to be the one talking about what we see on screen and the other person to run the manual. Courtney Kane, what role? Yeah, she did want to help.
Just pick some people. Courtney Kane and someone. Flip a coin.
I will play. I can help.
Who was that?
This is Doris.
Doris, wonderful. Do you want to be the one talking through the bomb or the one talking through the manual?
Talking to the manual. I'm dyslexic. If I'm not
So,
under pressure, I will flip everything around.
so you want to be talking about what you see on screen, the bomb?
Oh no, that's gonna be hard.
Oh, so
I'm
you
not.
want to read the
I'm.
manual and tell the bomb person what to click?
Um, yes.
Okay, so you've got a copy of the manual downloaded, and you're going to give them instructions on what to click, and then Courtney, you're going to be the one explaining what you see on screen for Doris to tell you what to click. Yes?
Okay.
All right. So you two stay unmuted and be ready. Do you want to set any ground rules?
I'm pulling up the manual again now.
Okay.
So just some clarity needed. I will be reading the manual
Yep.
and
And not looking at the screen.
not looking at the screen.
And
And
and she'll tell you what she sees.
she tell me what she sees. So if me and her gonna hook up, I read the manual, she tell me what she sees, and I will be kind of the logic behind that, and she be the eyes, and then we coordinate.
Yep.
She see what I see, and then I read the manual to give her the guidance.
That's right.
Oh man. Okay. Should I switch job? Oh, I'm
You
in the manual.
you can switch if you want. Courtney played this yesterday with my team.
Oh, well, Courtney play it already, so she should be able to give better direction then. And can I like to solicit help from the group, like describing what I see if I
Okay.
don't see it correctly. Would that work?
Yeah. Okay. So you're going to watch the bomb. So we just reverse things. Let's be clear. You're going to watch the bomb, and Courtney's going to run the manual.
Yes.
Okay. You got it, Courtney?
Yeah.
Okay. So Courtney doesn't look at the screen. Doris looks at the screen. I'm going to go back to the
Good.
first bomb. And let me put that on screen. Doris, do you see the screen and hear the music?
Yes.
Okay. Courtney, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, we have 5 minutes on the first bomb. Doris, you tell me which instructions to follow. I won't click until she'll tell you what to click, and you tell me, yeah, do that. Or wait.
Okay,
All
say
right.
that again.
How many wires are there?
Okay. How many wires? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 wires, and there's a white one on top.
Hold on. Are there any? Is the last wire black?
The last wire is yellow. No.
Okay. Is there one red wire? Like exactly one red wire?
Exactly one red wire and the second from the top.
Okay. Is there more than one yellow wire?
There's only one yellow wire and it's at the bottom.
Are there any black wires?
No black wire at all.
Okay, cut the second wire.
Second wire, that would be a red.
Cut it.
Cut it. Green, yay!
Okay. What do you see now?
Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other 5 module. I mean, no, 2. 1,
Are
2,
we
4
going?
module.
No, we should be on the button now.
Okay, the button, there's one say abort. The button say abort.
Okay, just hold on. Hold the button down.
Hold the button down. Okay,
Yes.
so a button abort, hold it down. Correct?
And we're holding.
What color is the strip?
Yellow.
Release it when there's a 5 in any position.
You concur, Doris?
Release it when what?
When there's a 5 in any position.
When there's a 5 in any position. I don't know what you mean by any 5. Like number 5?
Yes.
Oh, missed it.
Where do I see it? I don't see any number showing up.
On the countdown.
Oh, on the countdown. Any position? Because there's 251 right now.
Yeah.
Okay, we just lost the 5, so we no longer. Okay, okay. So now wait. 85 then. Okay, 335. Push.
Got it.
Okay, we got a green.
All right. What do you see now?
Now I see one last module, one box with the Greek kind of wiggles letter. There's 4 of them, like 4 tile.
Okay.
You want-
describe.
Okay. 4-1, the top left is like a balloon with a string below.
Okay.
And the top right is a C with a dot inside, a reverse C with a dot inside. And
Okay.
then the bottom right is like an X or something with a little hook down below. And the bottom left Now is the question mark upside down.
Okay, press the
Balloon.
lollipop.
Push the lollipop, the balloon, okay?
The backwards C with the dot.
The backward C with the dot, the top right, yes.
The thing that looks like a dog facing sideways.
Okay, say that again.
The the one that looks kind of like a dog facing sideways.
I don't know which one. It doesn't look
Like
like a dog facing sideways to me.
The
There's
H
a
with
question mark upside down, or
No.
there.
the question mark needs to be pressed left.
Okay, so press that's right, that one. The X wiggle, okay, and the question mark, yes.
Yes.
Oh, there's only 3 modules.
Oh my
Goodness
gosh.
lordy.
You guys, the Courtney with the dog killing me. What?
It looks like a dog. Look, the two at the top is the ears, and then that hook thing is the snout.
It's a matter of interpretation, but that's the whole point. One person would look at it and interpret this, and the other person sees something else.
Can you
I mean,
see? You guys are. This is hilarious. Now listen, I've pitted my brother-in-law and his fiance at the time with one another on this game, and you know it's funny to us right here, but they as fiancés about to get married, Molly, my wife, and I just played and like nailed it because we've played a bunch. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
pressure for them to perform, and then
Yeah.
these two have something to prove, and they're like, they got to the maze. You guys saw the maze. It didn't look like a maze, and I'm observing, and I'm like, ooh, they're about to blow up because they're talking wrong, and they're like, okay, go 2 to the right, or which one is it? 2 to the right? Yeah, and I see him on screen. He's counting 2 from the right. She's saying 2 to the right, and it's like, no, 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 and I can see it, but they don't see it, and they're in the middle of the stress, and they don't even see it. And 10 minutes into the game, they're like, why are we blowing up? I said 2 to the right. I did 2 to the right. No, you didn't, or we wouldn't have blown up. Like just yelling at each other. And Courtney coming through with that dog face thing, and I was like, golly, you're killing me. What does that mean? But it is a
That's
matter of
how I was
interpretation. Absolutely is a matter of interpretation. Hi, boys. What is it?
Yeah.
Nothing? You just want to stand on camera? This is Levi.
I like your hair.
He loves your hair. So, other things we learned. Teamwork. Yeah, Sarah says, great example of how people call the same thing a different name, right? I called that thing a lollipop. Doris called it a balloon. Courtney called it a lollipop. I called that cursive H thing a cursive H. Courtney called it a dog face. What did you call it, Doris?
I call it the X with a wiggle.
X with a wiggle, see? And now we get into SOPs because it doesn't matter what you call something as long as you all call it the same thing. As long as you can agree on what to call it. Standardized language, terms, these things matter. Words matter. May versus shall makes a big difference in a contract.
Yeah, and also not changing things. If somebody
Yeah.
has written out an SOP for you and then you adopt a new name,
Yep.
while you might understand it and someone else on your team, that other person may think that you mean step 1, but really you guys are talking about step 3, and keeping that sequential order or the proper way to say things is key and so important. So no matter whoever's around, when we say this one word, we all know what it means. So gosh, this game is where can you find this?
Dude, you can get it on iOS and Android for like $10, I think. And that's the game. The manual is free. Anybody can have the manual. So it only takes one person that owns the game, and they can play with anybody else. You can literally
the name was it? I'm sorry, go ahead.
keep talking and nobody explodes.
Oh, what a name. Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah. So
that's awesome. I think all teams should have that. Family members, you teach your kids.
Oh yeah. Dude, when we have family get-togethers, I'll put this on a projector on the side of the house, and we'll play outside with various family members at family reunions. Yes, like when someone says Gator Lender to someone outside of Sub 2. Exactly. Who owns the terminology? Also, if you understand common misconceptions, you can head that off at the pass, right? I know because I've played the game that when you say something, you might mean something different than what you just told me. And so I am cheating a little bit because I've played before and I'm questioning some of the instructions that I receive. I'm like, are you sure you meant this? Yes, do it. Okay, click. Dead. Yeah, it's I got this game a couple of years ago as just a random software batch. Like I was subscribed to monthly batch of games that they pick, and this was one of the ones. And like I probably spent $250 over the life of my subscription to that software. Got some cool games, but this is the number one most useful game I've ever bought. Love it. Okay, in the interest of getting more people through this, we've got 50 minutes left. Who wants to be next? I'd love to have two fresh people.
Thanks. That was fun.
Thank you for helping, contributing. You're a champ. Come on, don't be scared. We got 50 people in here. Chris James, let's do it. Who's going to work with Chris? I think Luke left. Is he in here?
Grace, you do it.
Yeah, Grace. He said, heck yeah. Come on. Wait, is Chris James still in here? Chris isn't in here anymore. Dang, we need two fresh people. I see Davey's unmuted. You going to play with us? Oh, he's not muted. You guys
We
are
got
killing.
3 Zoom users in here, 3 Zoom users. Why don't one of you guys step
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, step up and rename yourself or I'll kick you out. How about that? Rod Carver says he can, and Grace Minorca says she'll run the manual. There we go. All right, that's 2. Rod and Grace. Wonderful. Rod and Grace, you got yourselves unmuted?
Yep.
Okay. Where'd Rod go? Mr. Carver. Natalia, what's your question? What you got?
Hey, Caleb, just woke up, but I'm in California. So thank you for pulling me into participating. I haven't even washed my face, but I want to send an offer today to a home in Florida that I wanted to buy. I was under contract before sub 2. And then my loan fell through. And I understood that I was gonna pay $20,000 to a bank that was giving me a very hard time because we had to fix a roof. So I was gonna pay a bank a lot of money to get a loan at almost 9 because it kept going up, the interest rate, before closing.
Yeah, I'm going to cut you off right there. That's not what today's Zoom is about. I would love to connect you with one of my team members. I've got several team members in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
We've got Grace, Sarah, Courtney, maybe Michael Kim, if I didn't see him in here. Connect with one of them and set up a call, and we'll get that set up. Rod, are you online? Can I unmute you?
Hi, this is Kelly.
Oh, okay, I see.
Okay. Yeah, here's Rod.
I'm Rod.
Gotcha.
This is Kelly. We're driving.
So you guys are driving. Does that make you a bad candidate?
No, I'm not driving. Rod
Okay.
is driving.
All right. So who was going to do what role?
I don't know how to do this.
I'll read the manual.
Okay, so Grace is going to read the manual, and then it's Kelly.
Yes.
Okay, Kelly, you'll be able to see my screen and do all the talking. Yes. Or is it big enough for you to see the bomb and tell me what to click?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. Don't be crashing. Bombs are bad enough. Okay. Are you guys ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
You're not looking at our screen, Grace, right?
Yep, I minimize it.
Okay, thank you.
No cheating.
All right, we're going to do bomb number 2, something old, something new. So you'll have probably the wires and the button or something like that, and then one other module that we don't know.
Something old, something new.
You have the manual in front of you, and she's going to have to describe what she sees. Okay, here we
Yes.
go.
I have it.
Yeah, this is like a version of Speed. Okay, here we go. Grace, drive the
Yes.
conversation.
So what do you see?
I see a yellow button. I see the
Yellow
grid with the
button.
dots. The yellow button says detonate, and I see the 4 little tiles with symbols on them, and then two blocks are orange. There's no
Okay.
wires.
Okay, can we work on the button first? So can
Okay,
you?
the button is a yellow button
Yellow?
that says detonate.
Okay. Can you hold the button? What can you hold the button? And there should be like a strip on the right of the button.
Okay.
What color do you
Yep.
see?
Yep. How do
Kel-
I don't
Kelly,
know
you
how to
tell
hold the button.
Kelly, you have
hold
to
the
tell me
button.
what to do.
Hold the
button,
button.
Caleb.
Caleb's got to do it for you.
Okay. The
Okay.
strip on the side is yellow, Grace.
So if it's yellow, check the timer. If there's a number 5 in any position, release the button.
Okay, I can't see the timer because your head is.
Oh,
Release
stink.
the button.
Okay, I'll do that. I got it.
Release the button when it's
I
on a 5, Caleb.
I did release it on a 5. Sorry, but my head's in the way, and that did not work.
Okay, Grace, it is still not. The timer is still going. We
Okay.
release the
If
button.
the button is here, so hold the button and
Hold the button, Caleb.
yes, and check the color of the strip on the right. What's
The
the
strip
color?
is
Do you
blue.
see?
Blue.
Okay, if there's a blue, check the timer. If there's a number 4 in any position, release the button.
Release the button when it hits 4, Caleb.
Okay.
Any number on 4 at 4.
Here we go.
And
5, 4. That did not work.
okay, that did not work.
It's really weird. Wait. If there, how many battery on the bomb that? Okay, when the button says detonate, press and release the button. Okay, how many battery on the bomb?
There's 2, 3, 4.
Okay, if there are more than 2 batteries on the bomb and there is a lit indicator with the label FRK, where's the lit? Is there a lit indicator?
There is, but it says IND and not FRK.
Okay, if the button is yellow, if the button is red, if the okay, if they're releasing held the button. Okay, if you start, if the holding a colored of the strip will light and the right of what? More than one battery, and this says it's detonate. Okay, it says detonate. Is it? What did the button say again? Detonate.
Detonate.
Yeah, if there is more than 1 battery on the bomb and the button says detonate, press and immediately release the button.
Okay, Caleb, press and immediately release. Okay, we got a green, but we're
Okay, what's the
we
next
got
we have?
50 seconds.
Yeah, probably will die.
Okay, well
What
we
did you
have
see?
this. We have the grid with 4 tiles, and we have the grid with the dots and the
Okay.
columns.
So that's probably
connect the dots.
similar
Yeah,
to
we're at
earlier, so
20
it's a maze.
seconds.
Okay. Where do you see the circular markings?
Underneath the yellow detonate.
Oh, we died.
Oh, the bomb went off.
Result exploded.
Well, thank you for letting me join in.
Thank you
on
for
this
contributing.
team exercise.
That was good. Any lessons learned from the peanut gallery?
the more people in the train of decisions and the,
Thank you.
working, that definitely adds a layer of complication.
Absolutely. How many cooks do you have in the kitchen? Huge impact. And there was a little bit of confusion. I helped out a little bit because rotating the bomb is going to be on me. I'm going to do stuff like that because trying to explain that to somebody, I'm just going to facilitate the rotation of the bomb so that you can see what you need to see. But yeah, Gabriel says we can't defuse a bomb while driving. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, the more people involved in communication, the harder it is. Guess why I don't like working with attorneys? Yeah, you should have watched Speed before the Zoom. Okay, Grace Jordan wants to do the bomb watcher, the bomb viewer. Let's do another round. Who wants to run the manual? Also, I want anybody who's played, thank you for stepping up, number one. And number two, it is A-okay to fail because we learn a lot by failing. What we want to do is learn in a safe and controlled environment rather than with somebody's thousands of dollars on the line. So let's fail here and not on deals. Who wants to work with Grace Jordan to run the manual?
I think Michael should.
Michael Kim, is he in here?
He was.
He is. Mr. Kim, come on.
Commentary.
He's in here.
Colorful commentary.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch your mouth, Michael. Are you good? Are you guys having fun, by the way? Is this interesting? Are we learning?
Yes.
This is great. I can't wait to
Yes,
do a post
yes.
to tell everybody we were detonating bombs
It's a different kind of learning.
Saturday.
Who's
Good.
keeping score of how many times Caleb died?
That's not what matters. Michael's unmuted. Yay, Michael, you got the manual. Can you run it?
What are we doing?
The bomb game. Did you just wake up?
I was making cat food.
Making cat food? So what does that mean? You like chew up a sandwich and spit it out? Creepy.
No, I was mixing some kitty food for
Kelly, what do you got?
cat.
Kelly raised her hand. What's up, Kelly?
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know we're going to have to jump off. We're
Okay.
At B-Dubs here for the Michigan Sub 2 meetup.
B-dubs like
Gabriel.
Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yep. And Gabriella always gets this set up for us every month for
Beautiful.
our Michigan meetup.
Gabriel
I love it.
Daku. Yep.
That's wonderful. She's great. Okay. Thank you for participating.
All right.
Peace out.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a good day, you guys.
Hey.
All right, Grace and Michael, let's do this. Something old, something new. Michael's on the manual, and Grace is on the screen. And Grace, we have 3 people to coordinate now. You got to give me clear instructions on what to do. You're a middleman, just like a transaction coordinator. Gasp.
Oh, man.
All right, I'm turning the sound on. Is the music too loud? Do I need to turn that down a little bit?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Here we go. Michael, you ready?
Wait, am I giving the?
You're on the manual
I'm on the manual.
and not watching my screen.
Okay.
Danny Nicholas, you raise your hand. There's a reactions menu in the bottom of Zoom, toward the bottom rightish. If you're on mobile, it's somewhere else, but it's reactions, and then you raise your hand. You got a question before we start? Go ahead.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, I just got a quick question. By the way, thank you for I see how much effort you put into the form section for like all the documents and whatnot. I can really appreciate the time you put in there. On the spreadsheet, like crunch the numbers.
Nah. We'll come back to that. We'll have to do that at a different time. Put it in the chat and let people help you there. All right, Grace and Michael, here we go.
Michael,
Yeah.
I see the abort button in white. In the middle. And below that, there are 5 wires in a box, one of each color. Numbers on the right on the bottom panel with the number 1 highlighted.
You said 5 wires. Is the last one black?
No, it's blue.
Is there exactly 1 red wire?
Yes.
Is there more than 1 yellow?
No.
You said there was a black wire, right?
Yes.
At the first wire.
Cut the first wire, Caleb. Yellow. We're past. Let's go, Michael.
You said there's an abort button?
Yes.
The blue?
It's white. Black writing.
Is there more than 1 battery?
Yes.
Are there more than 2 batteries?
No. 2 batteries.
And what color was the button?
White.
Is there a label that says car?
No. Oh, hold on. Yes. There is a label that says car.
Right, can you press the button and hold it?
Press the button and hold it.
What color strip is it giving you?
Blue.
Blue. Once the timer hits a numerical 4, release the button.
Release the button. We're past. Now we're on the panel with numbers 4, 3, 1, 2, and then above it there's the number 1 in the right, in white.
What you said there? What? Say that again.
There's a panel, a box with the numbers 4, 3, 1, 2 on separate tiles, and then there's a number 1 in right above that.
4, 3,
in white.
1, 2.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said the display says what?
There's a number 1 over like a green.
Press the second position button.
3. Oh, thanks, Caleb. Now it shows we're in number 2, the stage 2, and it says 1, 4, 3, 2. Those are the tiles.
The display is 2.
Yes.
So press the same position as you did in the first stage.
Press number 4, Caleb. So now we're at position 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
What's the display number?
Number 4. We've got a minute left.
Press 4 again.
Press 4?
Yeah.
Press number 4, Caleb. All right,
What's
we're
the
good.
display?
Display is number 2. The clock's speeding up. 3, 4, 1, 2 are the tiles.
Push the button in the first position.
Press number 3, Caleb. 42 seconds. 4, 2, 1, 3 left.
What's the display?
Display number 2.
Press the button with the same label you pressed on stage 2.
Press number 2. Oh, shit.
Was it 4?
We're on number 4. 18 seconds left. Position 4.
Oh no, press 4. Right,
Press 4.
What's the display?
Number 4. Display number 4.
Press the numerical 4.
Boom!
Damn.
So close. Ow.
I didn't write down the, what do you call it? I forgot to start writing down the positions and the numbers that the labels that you're pushing.
Oh my goodness, that is so hard. That module, once you get the hang of it and you build a system, I'm telling you, it's SOPs. Once you build a system, that module is cake. But until you figure out your own system, oh my goodness.
It's good though. It's exciting.
It's tough. I feel like I wonder if I can go back and just retry or go back and only do just that one module. Yeah, Darren says, I like how she was giving a countdown to provide some sense of urgency. I also noticed that I clicked something without explicit instruction from her. I misinterpreted her saying the number as saying, Caleb, click the number. It happened to be the right thing, but it was a happy little mistake, kind of like Bob Ross paintings.
Well, sometimes I forgot I was supposed to be giving you instructions, and then I caught it at the back end.
Yeah. Yep. And so that goes back to my adage, what is the next step? We try to end a lot of emails with witness, WITNS, what is the next step? Because you guys would finish a module and then it was like 5 seconds of silence. And I'm like, I'm going to die. Get your act together.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, and that's my personality where I get to, I'm supposed to be giving the instructions, but then it's like I take over. And it's not something I do intentionally. It's almost like, it takes more time to give instructions. Why don't I just do it myself?
Uh-huh.
It's not intentional though.
Yeah, Danny, did you just join? Yeah, this is absolutely communication drill. The entire exercise today. The game is called Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Somebody paste the chat, the link to the manual in the chat. The manual is free. The game is like, I don't know, 10 or 15 bucks. Fantastic tool for teams. Does anybody else want to join? Grace and Michael can do it again. I mean, I can just tell them to. They love me.
We love you, but let someone else play. It's really, really fun once you're doing it. And I think I had the easier job. Michael had the hard part.
I think you did a really good job this time. Every time we do this, it gets a little better from person to person. Also, different people bring different aspects to the game. What you did clearly, Grace, that I liked was that you said action, Caleb, and you followed up an action with my name. So it was clear for me as a third party, you're acting as a coordinator between the manual and the bomb. And then you gave me explicit actions to take. Very clear, very easy to follow. And even then I screwed up.
And I screwed up because sometimes I forgot.
Yeah. So who's next? Who's going to join? We got 71 people on here. We've only had like 5. Yeah, Lori. All right, Lori. Come on up here. Lori, what do you want to do? Bomb or manual?
I'll do the bomb.
Love it. Make sure you give me clear, explicit instructions. Who's going to run the manual?
Is Gary here? Come on, Gary.
Yeah, he's written books on project management. Where's Gary? Nobody wants to run the manual? All right, Zoom user. Hey, what is your name? Can I rename you, by the way? Jay Holder? Jay Jones. Okay, I was going to say Jay Holder ought to know better. Jay Jones. Yeah, unmute yourself and let's get this going. You have the manual? Yeah, I hear you. I'm going to rename your person in the
Yeah, sorry about that. I tried to do that a while ago, but
Jay Jones. Got it. Name is updated. Thank you. And you have the manual?
Yes, I do.
All right. You're going to get some time to get familiar with. Oh, you've had time to familiarize yourself with Manuel. So, Jay and Lori, do you guys have any ground rules to set before we get started and try not to blow me up?
Nah, Lori, do you have any?
I think what I'll do is I'll look at the bomb and tell you what the modules are and take a peek at the sides as far as like batteries, how many batteries there are, and any codes on the side.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that'll work. Can we can I like advise her, or can we like say to start with the wires maybe, or no? Can I say that, or is that like cheating? I don't know.
No, there's no cheating. I mean,
okay,
that's not cheating. The only cheating is if the person with the manual is looking at the bomb.
Okay, cool.
So you can
All
set
right,
whatever
no
ground
worries.
rules you want. So is that what you're saying? Start with wires?
Yeah, because that's the first one, and I think we should start with the wires. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. One more thing. When I worked through this, when my wife and I played this at the beginning a lot, and one of the things we built as a standard operating procedure was I know wires are fast and easy. They're also the first in my manual, so I would like to get through the manual in sequential order if possible. So wires are first, big button is second.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, those sorts of things, and then we would train each other on how to do that. And then when you get to the harder stuff, it's like we're going to end up starting with the hard stuff because we know we can do the wires in 20 seconds.
Right.
Okay. So
Michael
you
Kim
want
says, I think
wire
it's
and then
easier.
button?
Hey, listen to this. Michael Kim says, and he just played, I think it's easier when the person with the manual asks questions.
Right, because I think I know what I'm looking for in a sense. I
Okay.
mean, we can just wing it. Yeah, I kind of take control a little bit. But we'll kind of go on the way. Be
That's
just
fine. We'll do the wires and then you just tell me what one you want to do
what comes
next.
up next.
That's fine.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Lori, you're going to tell me what to click. If it comes to the timer, just tell me the number to click or to release on or something like that.
Okay.
Here we go. Jay, you're not looking at the screen.
No, not at all.
Thank you.
Okay, Jay, there's 4 wires.
Okay.
White, red, white.
Okay, if there is more than one red wire in the last digit, how many red wires did you say?
2.
2. If there's more than one red wire and the last digit of the serial number is odd, cut the last red wire. What is the serial number?
6.
Oh, it's even. Okay. Otherwise, if the last wire is yellow, what's the last wire?
Yeah, white.
White. No. And there are no red wires. There's a red. How many blue wires?
None.
No. More than one yellow wire, correct?
No yellow.
No. All right. Cut the second wire.
Cut the second wire, Caleb. Good. Pass.
Cool. Button.
The button says detonate. It is white.
Button. All right. Cool. Is there more than one battery? You said there was 2, correct?
I didn't say. Could you see how many batteries, Caleb, please? There's 3 batteries.
Okay. More than one on the. What does the button say? Does it say detonate?
It says detonate.
Okay.
The button's white.
Press and immediately release the button.
Press and immediately release the button, Caleb, please. Okay, we're passed.
Okay, cool.
We have a diamond shape with 4 colors.
Diamond shape
on the
with
top. Red
Okay.
is on the left, yellow on the right, green on the bottom.
Okay. The serial number contains a file and using the president. What is the serial number? Does it contain a vowel? Oh, this is a little
Yes, it does.
confusing. Okay. Contains a vowel.
Or I'm sorry, no, it's consonants, but no vowel. I'm so sorry.
Okay, you're okay. I wanted the 4 color bunch of 5. Using the correct press a button with the correct. It says one of the 4 color buttons will flash. Is one of the buttons flashing?
Red.
Red, okay. Red, okay, cool. So red is here. Oh, this is confusing. Okay, no. Okay, that one's a little intricate. Let's see if I can go to another one that I can understand. Can we go to memory by chance? On the subject of the memory, so it's four numbers at the bottom, maybe?
There are no other modules here. This is the last one.
No, okay.
We're at 2 minutes.
Okay, the original bundle flash followed by another. The red is flashing. You said it does not contain a vowel, or it does. The serial number?
The serial number does not contain vowel.
So we're here. Red flash, no strings. Red flash, no blue, red, or yellow. Red flash, press the button. Oh, this is so confusing. So it doesn't contain a vowel. It says press the button, either no strikes, 1 strike, or 2 strikes. The red flash. If the red, does a red flash say blue, red? Oh, what in the world? I'm so sorry. Let me see.
Can anyone help from the audience who's looking at the manual? Just a little bit.
Take a look at the chat, or no? I can only look at the manual.
Oh, the chat's okay.
Okay.
Chat says click blue. Somebody else in the chat says push red.
Push red.
Timer's speeding up.
Yes, push red. Push red.
Click red, Caleb.
We now have 1 strike.
Not good.
Push blue.
Okay, click blue.
Click blue, please.
We have 2 strikes.
Click everything.
Holy, this part is
Quick
so
read.
confusing. I just wanted to see quickly.
23 seconds.
Yellow.
Yellow? All right, yes, it says button to press, 2 strikes, yellow.
Do yellow, please, Caleb.
Okay.
Uh-oh, he's dead.
Nope.
I'm so sorry. I thought I had this one part. This diamond part is so confusing.
Yeah, we call it Simon Says, I think.
What? I felt like I was cheating if I was like trying to look at the manual before I wanted to go, so I didn't want to do that.
No, that's fine too. I respect the hustle for going for a challenge. I like
Right,
that.
That's what, yeah, because I didn't want to like look at the manual and know it and then kind of come through and look like I was perfect. I didn't want to do that.
Okay, so what did we learn about the Simon Says module? Now that we've got a chance for after action review, number one, sorry, did we learn anything about communication between the 3 parties this round? I feel like it went pretty smooth.
It did go smooth, yes. I think it went smooth.
It got a little chaotic when I introduced other people at the end.
Exactly.
Asked the audience for answers.
Other answers, and we ended up getting more strikes. So that was the only thing.
But then Lori did a good job of still continuing to give me clear instruction. Press this, Caleb. Even amongst the noise, I could hear Lori's clear instruction.
Some of the words that I used, I could use better words as far as like none and one, like you pointed out in the chat, Caleb.
Yeah.
I can see where that could be confusing. So
yeah. So like when somebody says, how many red wires are there? And you say none, very easy on a phone call or Zoom for them to hear 1.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So very clear statements. There are no red wires or there are 0.
Yeah.
I felt the pressure. I was trying to stay calm the whole time.
Yeah.
Let's
do it again.
I'm not really watching the manual because I'm watching more of what you're doing. But what I noticed is for me, the diamond, the red was flashing, and I might have communicated that to kind of see if that was helpful, if that was an indicator. If the red is flashing, is that something we need to pay attention to?
That's an observation for Lori. That might have been more helpful to indicate up front that one of the buttons is flashing and it's red.
Yep. Yep.
Just wait till we get to Morse code. You guys will die. We won't have time to get to Morse code today. I want to give you guys a chance to do that again. Lori and Jay, are you guys good for that?
Sure.
Sure.
All right. Let's rock and roll. It may or may not be the same module, by the way. You may get Simon Says, you may not.
Okay.
We're live. And I need to share my screen. There we go.
Okay, we're starting over. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry if you hear my son in the back.
No worries. So we have
wires?
a abort button. We have a display with 4 numbers below it, and we also have the Greek letters in a 4 block.
Okay, we got the Greek, the display. I didn't hear wires at all. Okay. Oh, I see
no
how this
wires.
goes. Okay, they switched it up. Okay, you said there's a button, right?
There is a button. It says abort. It's a white button.
White button, abort. Okay, let's see. It's not blue. Is there more than 1 battery?
3 batteries.
More than 1 battery on the button. What does the button say?
Abort.
Abort, right? Okay. No, if the button is white, yes. Is there a lit indicator with the label car?
I do not see. No.
No. Okay, you said there are 3 baddies, so there are more than 2. No, there's no label at all, or it didn't say car.
It did not say car.
Did it say FRK?
I believe it was DNS.
DNS. Okay. Button is yellow, button is red. None of the apply holder.
SND, excuse me. SND.
Okay, I'm gonna trust my judgment. I didn't think any of these applied. So it says hold the button, refer to releasing a held button. Okay. Hold the button.
Hold the button, Caleb. It shows yellow on the strip on the right.
Okay, yellow. All right. Release when the countdown timer has a 5 in any position.
5 in any position, release.
Okay. We're gonna wait 10 seconds because it was right at the 5.
And then you said there are keypads. I'm gonna try to work ahead. You said there are like weird keypads, right? With symbols.
The Greek letter, and then there's also display with numbers. Which do you want to do?
Let's try the Greek. I'm gonna try the challenge. Let's see.
Okay.
Only one column below has all 4 of the symbols from the keypad. Can I read these out loud to help my partner or no? Or do I have to, like the manual?
How about if I tell you the letters, what I see? Would that work?
Only one column below has all 4 of the symbols from the Okay, only one column. Okay, press the 4 buttons in order. Yes, tell me what symbols you see, please.
On the top left.
Okay.
I see the omega sign.
The omega. What in the heck does that look like?
Okay, if you think of a 0
okay,
with feet going out each direction.
Okay, boom. Got you. Next.
And on the top right, there's a squish 6.
A squished 6. Okay, cool.
And bottom left, there is like a railroad track. Only one track.
Okay, we're good.
Track with 2 wood beams.
Perfect. I don't even need you to explain the last one because I already know where we're at. And then it says press the 4 buttons in order. Their symbols appear from top to bottom with that column. Okay, so if I'm understanding this, if you can press the symbols, press the squish 6 first.
Squish 6 first, Caleb, please.
And then there was, actually, I might need you to explain that last one. Is there a backwards E with 2 dots on the top of it?
Yes.
Press that one next.
Do that one, Caleb.
Press the railroad sign next, or it looks like an H, or the railroad track.
Caleb, press the railroad.
Press the omega sign last.
Omega, please, Caleb. We're just shy of 1 minute.
Okay, are we good there?
Yes.
Where we're at? We're at numbers, right? What was the last one?
Display is 1. 4, 2, 3, 1 is along the bottom tiles.
Okay, here numbers. All right. If the display, what's the display? I'm sorry.
1.
1. Press the button in the second position. Oh, we have to remember this.
Press the 2, Caleb. Two is displayed.
Okay, if the 2, press the button in the same position as you pressed in stage 1. So press the 2. You press the 2.
Please, Caleb.
Say again, Lori.
Is it number or the same position?
If it's a 2, press the button in the same position as you press. So it's the position.
All right, because the number 2 is the end position and number 3 is in the second position.
The second position. I believe you pressed the second position.
Push 3, please.
What's the display?
3.
3. Press the button in the third position.
1, Caleb.
Display is 4.
Yes.
Press the button in the same position you press in stage 2.
Mike Haig, I love your reactions. I'm watching you as I do the Zoom. You got your son in the car. You guys watching this game?
Yes, yeah, that was like so much fun to watch. It was so much fun to watch. We're at a lacrosse tournament and it's pouring rain, so we're waiting in the car. I want to play this game so bad.
That was fantastic. Hey, that was really good work, you two. And you guys were getting it at the end. And I tell you what, the 5th position on or stage on that displays one is tough because if you didn't accurately document, you have to come up with a documentation system.
Right.
My manual. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And my manual has a little table. And the table has 2 columns that say number or label and position and stage. So on the right side or on the left side, each row says stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and at the top the columns are label and position. And I write down everything as we go through, and that's how you fly through that module.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
That's building your SOP.
Right. I started writing them down a little bit, and we were on the move there. If we had a little bit more time, we'd have got it.
So close. Yep. So close.
Great work by my partner. I forgot her name. Lori, right?
Lori. Yep.
Thanks
Great
for your
work.
help, Jay.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
We'll sit next time.
The second time, of course, after I got like kind of all the worries out of the first one, the second one went pretty smooth for me because I kind of knew what I was looking for a little bit. So.
Yep. That was good. What else? What other things? Just another observation. As I've played the game, yes or no. If you're on the bomb, a yes or a no is much more helpful than there are 2 yellow wires. They don't care. They're asking one question. Are there more than one yellow wire or not? Yes or no. Don't give me any more information because I'm in the middle of reading. I'm trying to interpret instructions, and now I have to memorize that there's 2 wires. Quit it. Right? Don't rattle off the serial number to me. Just answer my questions.
Good point.
Yep, makes sense.
Thank you both for participating. Does anybody else want to jump on for the last round?
You said this game actually costs. I want to like do this like on my own time.
Yeah. The game's like $15 or less. You can get it on Apple or Android or on computer. I played on computer. It also runs on VR.
I know you said the name a few times already, but can you say it one more time? Sorry.
It's good for married couples. Real good for married couples.
Can you say the name of the game one more time? Sorry.
Keep talking and nobody explodes.
Keep talking, nobody explodes. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's on the manual, the front of the manual. If you want to play, raise your hand. I need 2 more people. This is like daily dial for TC communication training. We should do this on the daily dial sometime.
Mike said he wants to play.
Mike who?
Mike Haig.
Oh, he does. Yeah, he did say he wants to play. Do you want to talk through the bomb, Mike?
Yeah, I'll talk to the bomb.
Okay. Who's going to run the manual?
Courtney.
Somebody? Davey says he'll play. All right, Davey, can you run the manual?
Where's the manual?
Paste it in the chat, somebody. Oh, wait. Copy. Here we go. You can view the PDF online.
Okay.
Do you have a pen and paper next to you or pencil?
I could, yeah.
Okay. You'll need it if we get to that display module from the last one. Has anybody just joined? We got 58 people. We're shrinking slowly. Did anybody just join? Has no idea what we're doing? Got a couple of people just joined. Okay, we're playing a communications game. This game is called Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. There's a bomb, and I have to defuse it. We're actually playing 3-player style, which is more like transaction coordinators. Mike Haig is in a car, and he's going to look at the bomb on the screen that I share, and he's going to be responsible for explaining what he sees. And then, is it Davey? Is going to be the one reading the manual, which I just pasted the link in the chat again. You can download the manual for free. I have the paid game, so I have to be the one driving the display. Okay. And it's all about communication skills and setting standards and SOPs and things like that between you. Mike and David, do you guys have any feedback for one another or ground rules before we start?
Dave, did you watch all the other games?
I did. I watched the last 2 games, and I'm trying to understand the manual now. So there's.
I think I'll just at first describe like what's on the face of the bomb, so that way that'll say which area you should start reading. We'll start with if there's wires, we'll start there, then we'll go to big button and kind of progress from there.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Mike, you give me clear instruction on what to do. I don't click unless you tell me to. I'll rotate the bomb for you so you see stuff.
Thank you.
All right, Mike, what do you see?
All right, so we have a display with numbers. It was 1, 4, 3, 2, and a 2. We have another 4-grid display of white buttons that have symbols on them. Actually, there's two areas that have 4 buttons with symbols on them. I have no idea what the symbols are though. So
Okay.
let's start with yeah. So that's where we're at. Let's start with the numbers.
Okay. Is it 4 numbers?
Yeah,
What kind
4
of numbers?
with a display on top. We have 1, 4, 3, 2 with a 2 showing and the display up top.
Display. This display says 2, right? You said?
Yes.
Okay, press the button on the second position.
So Caleb, press the number 4, please. That's good. Display is showing 1.
Okay, now press the button labeled 4.
Caleb, press the number 4, please.
What position is that one?
That was the first position. We're good on that. Display is 3.
Display is 3. Press the button in the third position.
So Caleb, please press number 1. Good. Display is showing number 2.
Press the button in the first position.
Caleb, please press number 1.
Or what does the display
Display
say?
is showing 3.
Press the button with the same label you press in stage 4. So what was the button in the previous stage?
Oh boy, I totally forgot.
What number was that? Was that a 1?
1. Caleb, please press 1. All right,
Hey.
we're good. All right.
Awesome.
All right, so now we've got we have two squares of 4 white buttons and they have symbols on them. The first symbol with the on the left side is like a backwards P. Then the top right button is a 3 with like a squiggly S at the bottom. I'm sorry, not a backwards 3, a regular 3 with a squiggly S at the bottom.
Okay.
Then it's really small on my phone. The bottom left looks like a bullhorn. And then the bottom right is a circle, or let's say a C with a dot in the middle.
C with a dot, a backward C?
A backward C, yes. Backward C with a dot in the middle.
Okay. Can't find that in the manual.
Oh yeah, that is a forward C. Sorry, forward C. I'm sorry. Dyslexia. Yeah, regular C with a dot in the middle. That's bottom right.
Okay. Ouch.
So top left, backwards P. Top right is a 3 with an S, like a squiggly at the bottom, and like little 2 horns at the top of the 3. Then the bottom left, it looks like a bullhorn with 2 dots in the middle. And the bottom right is a C with a dot in the middle.
Only one column below. Only one column below has all 4 symbols. It's the 4 buttons in order. Alright, I'm trying to understand these instructions.
The chat is saying press P. You want to go with that?
Press P?
That's what the chat's saying.
The first one?
Then somebody said no. So hold on.
Only one column below. I'm trying to understand these instructions. Only one column below has all 4 from the keypad. Only one.
Alright, we're down to 15 seconds. Alright, we're gonna blow up.
Press the 4 buttons in order that symbols appear in top to the bottom. Oh shoot. Blowhorn.
Good try, guys. that, man.
Oh man.
Those symbols are hard. It's hard for me to see them on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know which one was a blowhorn. What does that look like?
Yeah, that was my bad. That was my fault. My description was terrible on that.
Blowhorn.
I like this game. I'm getting this.
100%. Yeah.
I
Here.
think once I get the symbols, I just didn't understand that one.
Here's the, I'm putting it on screen. You can look now. Let's just look at this. This is the keypads. And then you didn't actually watch us go through that before, did you?
No,
Davey.
No, I just
Davey.
got on too.
Yes. Okay. So you both hadn't seen that module. For the people who've been here from the beginning, they're like dying inside because they're like, only one column has all 4 symbols. Click them from top to bottom. So he read off 4 symbols. There was the backwards P. Okay. So we have 2 columns here that have the backwards P.
Right.
And then one of them then he had a forward C with a dot in the middle. So that tells me right here that you got the forward C and the backwards P. This does not have a forward C. So we already know that this is the column it has to be. Now we just have to determine which 4 symbols are on the screen. The bullhorns was this one right here.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I think of it as a smiley face or something like that, but everybody's got their own terminology. Yep. So that would have been the first to click, and then the C, then the P, then the 3 snake TV antennas. I don't know what to call it.
Okay. I didn't know this step. Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh, that was awesome, guys.
Yeah, Gabriel. Yeah, you have to choose the right column based on the symbols provided to you, right? So it looks like this. And then you choose which column has all 4 of those symbols. Only one column will have all 4. And then once you understand which ones you have, you push them in order from top to bottom. So if they had the C, the P, the snake, and the smiley, the smiley is the first one that you have of what was available.
Right. Awesome. Thanks for that.
Absolutely. Fantastic game. We should do more of this.
This is fun.
Thank you.
I have a whole weekend to get to. I would love to play more of this because it is incredibly fun. In fact, maybe even deathly fun. But I got to get to my weekend. What other lessons did we learn? What takeaways? The things I want to make sure we highlight. Have fun, but learn about attention to detail, following processes, effective communications, choosing your words wisely. Building a shared understanding is critical early on in a process. It's okay to fail forward, especially in a safe environment like this. Establishing common terminology. Thank you. Creating and following procedures that you can jointly agree to. Adhering to existing procedures and also creating your own for navigating issues. Conducting after-action reviews is a big deal. I think those were my main objectives. Grace says, once I wrote things down, it was much easier. Absolutely. This is fun. Thank you for joining. Somebody post about how we blew Caleb up like 14 times today. Okay, everybody. Yeah, tag me. I live streamed this one to YouTube because this didn't really cover anything confidential. Thank you for your participation. I love you all. We'll see you next week. Or maybe sometime during the week. We should do this during the week. All right, everybody. See ya.